Right, let's get this big bait out first. Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to GSPseafishing. If you haven't been here before, I'm back out on the beach. This is my second trip within a week, so I've definitely got the bug back. Now I'm doing a very short session here today down at Dymchurch. I'm on the sand at Dymchurch. The tide is just creeping in. I've got here about 20 minutes after low, so just as I got here there was a bit of movement on that tide. I've got 2 rods in the water and I am hoping for anything really. I've got 1 big bait out, 1 small bait out. I've put the big bait out first because I've got to wade here a little bit, so I always wade and put my big bait out first, just because 1 tends to take a little bit longer for bites to develop on a bigger bait than a smaller bait, but also if I do get a bite whilst I'm casting my second rod out, there's a chance it'll hook itself or something like that. Whereas if you put a smaller bait out first, it could be getting pecked away without you even knowing it. I've got my 2 normal rods that I always bring. So I've got my Cinetic Cross Power Heavy Surf. That's matched up with the Cinetic Cyclone Black Reel. And on that rod I have put an up and over rig with a pennel hook set up, so that basically means it's just got 2 hooks, and I've baited that up with a bluey and a squid wrap, kept it nice and streamlined. The bluey and the squid wrap really nice and streamlined, the hook points are showing well, and I've clipped that up. And when that rig is unclipped, the actual hook snood sits a long way from the lead weight, and it gives that hook snood a nice bit of movement in any current that's out there, keeping it well away from your rig, allowing the fish to settle on it and take the bait. My second rod is the Sonic Gravity HT, the older version, and matched up with that I've got the Shimano Ultegra 14,000, and on that rod I've got a 1 up 1 down rig. That is baited up with frozen blacks, which I have bait elasticed and then tipped off with a bit of prawn. And when that rig opens up in the water, the top snood should be flapping if I've got the angle on the line, or at least it'll just be drifting along, touching the bottom, moving around, and the bottom snood will be laying flat on the bottom, possibly picking up any flat fish if they're around. I'm hoping for a slightly less disastrous session than my last one last week, because as I packed up, I finished filming, I got back to the car to realise my keys were not in my pocket. So I had to rush back down to the beach with all my gear because I didn't want to leave it in the car at night. And over 2 hours of searching, my other half came and helped me. I lost 2 car keys, one for each car, one for my car and for my other half's car, and lost my house keys. So was not a very happy bunny after that. Took me a couple of days to get over that, it really did. But let's see if we get a bite here. Let's see if we get anything. Give it a couple of hours. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure whether it was a wave, but I just had a tug on the left hand rod, which is on worm. Yeah, I think there's something there, a tiny little tug then. Not enough to set the light off, but definitely a little tug on that. Probably a little whiting. Because God forbid I get anything different. let's hope whatever that is stays and takes the bait. Yeah, that's knocking around. Let's see if I can feel it. Well, I think there's something there. Oh, right, caught on a sandbank or something. This is. Oh, I think there's something on this. Bit of weight there. Probably in the sand a little bit. There's a fish on there. I'm hoping this isn't a whiting. I'm hoping it's flounder or something like that. It'd be nice. It's got to be close now. I think it's tiny. Whatever this is tiny. Come on. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Well, I mean, when I say maybe it isn't 4 inches, maybe it's 6 inches. Come on, fish. Where are you? If you're on there. Oh. Well, it is tiny. I suppose does count as 6 inches, just about. It's got a very gammy eye on there. So there we go. Got a tiny little whiting. And when I say tiny, he is tiny. Probably is 6 inches. Let's get him back in the water. Mr. Half Blind. Now apparently these, so people say, are really good pike baits. That size whiting is a really good pike bait. Now, I mean, go on. I unfortunately don't have time to go pike fishing. Along with sea fishing, bit of golf, family. Actually family is first, then it's sea fishing, then a bit of golf, then work. That's gone. He has swum off, he's gone, which is good. Yep, so unfortunately pike fishing doesn't get into my time schedule. Although when I was 16 or so, I did have a whopper of a pike. A monster of a pike. But that was a long time ago. So I'm just about to rebait this worm rig, and I'll just show you for anyone that doesn't know how to do this. I've got frozen blacks here which tend to be a bit snotty, and if you put them on the hook they just all slide back down to the bottom of the hook and end up being a snotty mess. So if you pass your needle through 3/4 of the way of the main body, straighten that out, then fold over the rest, take the needle out, fold over the rest, get your bait elastic. It's always fun when you can't find the end. There's the end. Keeping it straight, like so. Go up the worm to the top, bait elastic in the bit you flapped over, down onto the bit you put the needle through, and it makes the bait a lot firmer, which is great for keeping your bait on the hook. The only issue is with this, when you want to get it back off your hook, it does become a little bit difficult with all of the bait elastic on it. So that goes over there like that. So there's a nice bit of bait on there, just for a small fish. Bring this down with my floating stop, and then what I've got, a tiny bit of raw king prawn, goes on there as a tipping bait. There we go. I'll do the next one, and this is going back out. So I've just finished baiting that worm bait up that I've just shown you, and turn around, look at this. It's literally been 4 minutes. The sea is here now, literally just pushing in there. You can see it just creeping there. Now when I wanted to put that whiting back, that sea was probably another 10 metres on, and it's been 4 minutes, and that's how far it is coming. Look, it's creeping in. I know you've got the shadow, but look at that, there it is there. Tripod is just there. So I better move back. It is coming in fast. Well, I've nearly been here an hour now. It is slow. The tide is... Oh, there's a bite. There was a little bite. Probably a whiting again. The tide is racing in. Across this shallow sand, it really does come in quick. So I am plodding back up the beach. Nothing on the big bait. I have changed that once. Nothing. So possibly a bite on the little one though. It's a lovely clear sky tonight. The temperature is dropping though. When I pulled up it was about 10 degrees, but not sure what it's like now. It's probably down to about 8, I think. Sea is rolling in like it always does here over the shallow sand, but it's nice and coloured. The tiny breeze, there's not a lot. Tiny breeze. What way is it coming from? There, so it's sort of coming northwesterly, maybe northwesterly, possibly. But it's just nice to be out, isn't it? It's always nice to be at the beach, even if you haven't got long to do it. Listen again. Oh, there's a big bite on that one. Let's get this one in. When I say big, I mean like a whiting, maybe 7 inches. Nothing really worth screaming that there's a big bite on it. But any bite I do at the moment. Right, let's get this one in. Quickly get to that next one. Oh, ha. Well, look at that. Didn't even know how to bite. We've got this whiting has scoffed, completely scoffed a bluey and squid bait. Well, there's definitely whiting bites on this, I can feel it. Let's strike the next one, I feel. Might be hooked. Right. Is there something on here? Yeah, we've got a fish on here. I think so. I think we've got a fish. Got 2 whiting so far, which not really ideal. Not what I came for. Definitely coming up past me now. What have we got here? Is it on? I lost it. It's very light. Very light. Extremely light. I think I've lost it again. Yeah, nothing again. Oh. Well, I don't know if I got that on camera. That rod went over on the worm. I haven't got it. Haven't got it, missed it. Don't know what that was. I can actually feel a lot. Wow, what was that? Could have been a bass. Yeah, I can't feel a lot on that at all. What's happened there? Barely feel a weight. What's going on there? Wow. Blimey. Let's get one more out. Blimey. That did fly over. Well, there we have it. That's the end of the session. The tide has pushed me right the way back. I'm about 20 metres from the top of the beach in 2 hours. I was probably 100 metres down there, so it was really pushed in now. And that's in 2 hours. That's the first part of the flood. Not a lot to show. A few missed bites. A good missed bite that wasn't a whiting. Could have been an eel. Might have been an eel or a little bass. Couple of whiting. Got out. Got fishing. Better than sitting indoors bored. Whilst the other half is football training with the kids. So now I'm going to get back. Maybe watch a film. So until next time, tight lines.